Oh, hey there. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Sorry about that. If you're new to the channel, I normally try to post weekly with new videos on credit and debit cards, personal finance and investing. However, I do have an excuse for missing the last couple weeks. I did get COVID, that was one. Seasonal allergies were acting up, and also my phone stopped working. So you could say anything that possibly could have went wrong to me did happen. Anyways, while I was sitting there in my delirious state, hibernating in my bedroom, quarantining from everyone, I came up with some good ideas for some videos. And with me coming back after a little hiatus, I figured I should bring out a real gem of a video. So I'm going to talk about something that is really close to my heart. And no, it's not Chipotle, which I bring up in every example on YouTube and for my family members in just normal conversations. However, it's not that. It is credit cards, specifically cashback credit cards with $0 annual fees. Cards that are absolutely free to own and cards that I believe are the best cards for beginners to own, especially in this year of 2021. There's no better time to start. So if you're interested by this video and other types of videos that I talk about, make sure to hit the subscribe button to see my videos each and every week when they are published. Unless I get sick again, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But anyways, also hit the like button. These videos take some time to make and I really appreciate it. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first card that we are going to talk about today is the Discover It secured card. So, a secured card is different from an unsecured card, which is most credit cards that you would think of. A secured card means that you have to put a down payment on it. Not really a down payment, it's a deposit. So, example, for the Discover It secured card, you might have to put $200 to Discover, give that to them, in order to use the card. The reason you would do this? Well, you would do this because a secured card is a way to help build credit. You see, if you don't have credit or you had bad credit and you're trying to rebuild it, no one's going to want to give you money because they don't know if they can trust you or not. By giving them that $200, for example, it makes them feel a little bit better and they'll give you a credit limit of maybe $200 to start off with, which is the same amount of money that you gave them. So they're not really risking anything. And then if you continue to pay off your card while using a secured card, they might raise your limit. And then when your credit score rises, you're going to start to be able to buy, or rather get, some of the credit cards that you would normally think of. You wouldn't expect to use a secured card for long. It's more of a springboard to help you build up that credit and get more of a real credit card, I would say. So what are the features of the card? Well, of course, like all the cards in this video, $0 payment every year on this card. It's absolutely free to use. Because you're putting that down deposit down, that's refundable, by the way, almost anyone can get this credit card. So even though anyone can get it, if you have a higher credit score, you're probably going to want to ignore this card anyway. But if you have a lower credit score, especially one that's pretty much got no history on it, if you're a beginner, this is a great card to get. If you're out of the country, this card has a $0 foreign transaction fee, so you can use this anywhere in the world that accepts credit cards. Also, there's a special balance transfer APR rate on this card for the first 6 months. Balance transfer, if you don't know, is taking money that you owe on one card and transferring it over to another card. And it also has an APR of around 22%. I'll put it on this video. But with both of those, when you're using credit cards, you don't really want to use that at all. You don't want to pay interest on any of your payments. You want to pay your credit cards off each and every month. And when I'm saying this, I'm not talking about just this Discover It secured card. This is for any of the cards on this list. You don't want to pay interest. You're just giving the credit card issuers money for pretty much letting you borrow money, which you don't want to do. The reason we want to use credit cards is to be safe. They offer a lot of safety benefits where if your credit card gets stolen, you don't owe money for whatever was stolen. The credit card issuer will do that. Also, we want those rewards and benefits that cards, even a secured card like the Discover It secured card, can give you, unlike most other secured cards, which I would say is pretty neat. So the Discover It secured card gives you 2% cash back on all restaurants, dining. That can be indoor dining, sitting down. That can be Chipotle. That could be McDonald's. Any kind of restaurants, you get 2% cash back. Also, you get this 2% cash back on gas And this is up to $1,000 combined each quarter, so every 3 months. So you're probably not going to hit that threshold anyway, so you're pretty much always going to be getting that 2% cash back. Also, on top of that, you're going to get 1% cash back anywhere else you go. Anything that doesn't cover that, any of those 2% categories, which is pretty neat for a secured card, and you don't see it often. Doing research for this video, I found plenty of secured cards that offered no benefits or rewards and charge you an annual fee, which is horrible. Don't use those cards. This is the best secured card that I can find. And on top of all that cash back you're getting, in the first year of using this card, which we expect to maybe use this card for a year or less because it's a secured card building up our credit, but in that first year, you will get a complete 100% cash back match from Discover, meaning that if you made $200 in cash back from using this card in the first year, at the end of that year, they'll match it and give you another $200, which is pretty neat. And another added bonus to a card that you would never expect to even give you any bonuses. Now, the only con I could really find with this card is a con with secured cards in general. And that is, especially starting off when you first get the card, you're going to have a very low credit limit. So low that, in fact, you may have to pay off your credit card not just at the end of the month, but maybe a couple times in between because you have such a low limit, which is fine to deal with if it's just for a couple months to help build up your credit. But if you were going to use this card long term, which I don't suggest, it might grow bothersome and be a bit of a headache. But considering that we're going to use this card to get new credit cards and other ones maybe on this list as well, it's not that big of a deal. And it's not a deal breaker with this card in particular anyways. Up next is a card that I don't really see anyone talk about positively in the finance area of YouTube. And that card is the Apple card, right? Looks sweet, doesn't it? Titanium card. It's cool to have in your wallet, I'm not going to lie. And I can even show it to you because it doesn't have numbers on it. All it does is has your name on it. It says MasterCard, Apple logo, it says Goldman Sachs. And as cool as the card is, it's only a $0 annual fee. The recommended credit score for getting this card is a 600, which isn't too high. And it should be easy to get if you start with a secured card. This card has an APR of about 10 to 24%, something in that range. It also has no foreign transaction fees, such as the other card, and no late fees. And also it has the neat feature of being able to be put into your digital wallet on your wallet app on your iPhone, and you can use it to use Apple Pay wherever you go and use it on your watch or your phone or really any Apple device that I know of. Also with the Apple card, you can use it to finance purchases you make from Apple at 0% APR. For example, I purchased my laptop from them with the Apple card, and they give you 24 months at 0% APR, and they split up the payments evenly between each month, and it's a really simple way to do it. But the one thing I have to say about that is if the purchase is over your credit limit, you will have over a 100% credit utilization rate, which affects your credit score. In the short term, if you pay it off, which I did when I freaked out and saw that, it'll go away. It'll be fixed in a week or so. So it's not a big deal, but if you're about to make a big purchase, such as a mortgage or an auto payment, you might want to keep that in consideration. So what are the rewards? That's what we want to know, right? Well, it offers 3% cash back at either Apple stores or online using their Apple App Store. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Also, they offer 3% from a bunch of different businesses, a lot of big name companies that you've heard of before that I'll show on this video right here. Though to be fair, there's so many different just random places, I don't usually remember which places offers it, and I don't always go to these places, so it's not a huge benefit, at least to me. Maybe for you it will be. Also on top of that, it offers 2% cash back anywhere else. But there's a catch. In order to get the 2% cash back, the only way you can do it is by using your Apple Watch or your iPhone, which you can't do that with all places. For example, if you're in a sit-down restaurant, you can't pay your bill with Apple Pay. Or if you're paying for your electric or sewer bill and you have to mail in a check or something, you can't use Apple Pay for everything. While it has been implemented in a lot of places, and a lot of places I go do use Apple Pay, Not everywhere does. So it is a big caveat, but it is still neat. Also, you can only apply for the card if you do have an iPhone. So anyone else who doesn't is completely excluded from this card. But to be fair, I'm not sure if you'd want the Apple card if you weren't able to get the 2% cash back from using Apple Pay. While I did kind of just trash the card a little bit there are a few more pros that I want to kind of lay out there. The first is that, like all Apple products, it just works, right? It works great within the Apple ecosystem, within the Wallet app. It's really intuitive, and I think this is one of the key benefits to a beginner in the credit card game. So you can easily see how much interest you would have to pay if you didn't pay off, or how much that interest would change based on how much you paid off your card at the end of each month, which is really neat, showing a visual way for people to see how much they owe and how big of a chunk interest can take out of your wallet. It also kind of doubles as a budgeter, showing how much you spent and where each day of each month. But I prefer to use apps such as Mint, where you can consolidate all your credit cards, all your banking information, where everything's in one spot. If you only use the Apple Card, then I think this feature would work a little bit better. Another benefit is the Apple Cash Card, which is not the same as the Apple Card that we've been talking about. So the Apple Cash Card is completely digital and works as a debit card on your phone. And whenever you get your cash back, that cash back goes to this card. And it's very easy just to quickly send it to your bank account, or you can use the actual cash card using Apple Pay to pay for things. Up next is a card that I also own, and a card I don't own quite just yet. We're covering two cards in one right here, and that's with the Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Chase Freedom Flex, which are very similar outside of one key difference. The credit score for these cards is a little bit higher at 690 recommended. Now, this is what Chase is known for, and that's their amazing rewards, which includes 0% APR for 15 months. Included with that is 5% cash back using the Chase Travel Portal, 3% cash back at restaurants, 3% cash. The Chase Freedom Unlimited offers 1.5% cash back for everything. So it's just a flat cash back card for anything. However, if you decide to opt for the Chase Freedom Flex, it offers you 5% back on rotating categories offered by Chase each quarter, and you can redeem up to $1,500 worth of cash back from these categories, which in the past has included gas, Whole Foods, and Amazon, as well as streaming services and many more. If all that was not enough for you, wait till you hear this. For both the cards, they will offer you $200 if you spend $500 in the first 3 months. Spending $500 in 3 months with just your everyday expenses isn't that hard, and I'm sure you guys know that. So it's basically a free $200 as long as you use this card. And when I'm going through that, I'll just use the card for everything, even if I'm not sure if it's the best bonus opportunity compared to my other cards for cash back, just to make sure that I get it, because getting maybe an extra 1 or 2% cash back on a certain item is not nearly as much as $200. And by the way, if you get the $200 for, say, applying for the Chase Freedom Unlimited and meeting that requirement, you can still later on down the road get the $200 from the Chase Freedom Flex. That is if Chase continues this promotion, which has been around for a little while. It seems like they like it. But as always, if you're watching this video later on, this offer may have changed by then. Additional pro of this card is what you can do with having both of them. So having both the Chase Freedom Flex and Chase Freedom Unlimited, they're both great at earning cash back. And with these beginner cards, we're not really focusing on travel because, as I see it, traveling and spending extra annual fees on these cards that give you great travel benefits isn't beneficial when you don't have that much income and you're not making that much spending purchases because you don't have that much money yet. You're still probably young or you're recovering from building your credit. I stay away from those. But if, say, you were to grow into that where you're making more money now and you want to start using these cards, then you can take advantage of the Chase Trifecta of cards. What the Chase Trifecta is, in short, is using both the Freedom Unlimited and the Freedom Flex to earn cash back, which we're actually using points in this situation, and using it with another card from Chase, such as the Preferred or Reserved, which offer you additional benefits. So you always have this option later on if you want to use an annual fee card, if you want to. If not, you can still enjoy the cash back. Either way, these cards are great. Now, a con of this card is both these cards have fees on foreign transactions. So if you're out of the country, you're going to want to use a different card that preferably has no foreign transaction fee, such as the Apple card. Also, if you're more of a minimalist or just don't want more credit cards and have to worry about what card offers the best benefit, then at that point, you might not want these cards, especially if you're going for the Trifecta. It might just be more of a headache. If that sounds like you, I think I can suggest a better card for you, and that's a card very close and dear to my heart. My very first credit card that I ever applied for, the Citi Double Cash card. This card has the reputation of legend with a $0 annual fee, recommended credit score of about 690, as well as a modest APR. It is just simply amazing. No, this card doesn't offer an amazing sign-up bonus. It doesn't offer a multitude of different cashback categories like the Chase cards I mentioned before. All it does is offer 0% back on balance transfer fees for a little bit. And what everyone came here for this card for, 2% cash back on everything. If you're looking at cashback cards that give you cash back on everything and that's it, the best you'll find is 1.5% cash back. There are so many of these cards out on the market, it's flooded with them. But one stands above the rest, and that's the Citi Double Cash card. Nothing else offers 2% as far as I'm aware. While this card is great for people who just maybe want to use one or two credit cards, it's great for even those who use multiple credit cards like myself. The reason for this is that 2% cash back is a great catch-all. If your other credit cards don't offer a better cash back on whatever purchase you're making, then the Citi Double Cash card pretty much ensures that no matter what purchase you're making, you're at least getting 2% cash back. So the Citi Double Cash card does have a few cons, but it's really just nitpicking at it. It does have a foreign transaction fee, so again, you're going to want to use another card when you're out of the country. Also, of course, there's no welcome bonus, but for 2% cash back, I can live with it. So, what do you guys think about these credit cards? Obviously, I really like them. I own most of these cards, so I really do endorse the things that I actually use. So let me know down below, what do you guys think about these cards? Which ones do you own? Are you going to go out and apply for one of these cards? If so, if you have any questions, let me know down below again. I'll be sure to answer those as soon as I see them. Thank you again for watching and having the patience of waiting for me to recover from COVID for a couple of weeks. I really appreciate it. We've seen a lot of growth on the channel, and it's just amazing to see. So, without any further ado, have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video.